Welcome to the Parenting Heroes Path. I'm Amy, and this is Kent. Do you ever feel like your relationship with your kids has been reduced to a series of transactions? It's time to wake up. Did you do your homework? Who needs a ride to practice? You're going to be late. I do. If you feel like that, like you're this administrative assistant, more than a parent, you're caught in what we call the transactional trap. Today, Kent and I want to show you how to break out of that trap and reclaim your role as an actual parent.
Years ago in Japan, a canceled flight left us stranded. We were trying to get to our son. In order to reach him on time, we had to race across Tokyo, all unplanned now, unrehearsed, and get to this other domestic airport for this other flight. So that meant making this train trek across Tokyo and having to switch trains in Tokyo Station. We got to Tokyo Station, and this place is massive. It is so big. There are 430,000 people that go through that station every single day. And of course, all the signs are in Japanese. So I left the family to go try and find, how do we get to this other airport? And every once in a while, there are signs that are in English and I'm looking for the name of this other airport, and I can't find it. I cannot find it. And I'm walking around, wandering, looking, and it's not happening. I'm not finding it. And so I stop and I'm just dazed. And at that moment, this man walks up to me and he says to me in English, "Do you need help?" And I said, "Yeah." And I told him where we're trying to go. And he doesn't point, he doesn't gesture, he doesn't say, "We'll go here, here, and there." He walks with me and he takes me to this other side of the station. And there he takes me to the platform and says, "This is where you'll get the train to this airport." And so at that point, now I can go back and find the family and bring them there. And later on, we found out that there are two halves of Tokyo Station, each run by separate companies. And so in the one half, when you're on one side of the station, you'll never see signs for any of the tracks on the other side.
Never would have found it.
We never would have found that line, that train to the other airport. And in fact, when you crossed over between the two halves, it was like going through this gate. It almost felt like you were leaving the station. And so I wouldn't even cross that threshold because it felt like you're leaving the station. And I'm all, I can't leave the station because I'm trying to find the train. But that's what we had to cross. And that guide, that man, that angel of a man took us there.
That's really cool. If you're tired of feeling like the manager of Tokyo Station with 430,000 transactions to manage every day, stay with us. We're going to give you 3 simple ways to shift from frantic, crazy, busy mode into vacation mode for just 15 minutes tonight and start fueling real connection.
I love it. The transactional trap is a survival mechanism, but it's a really lonely way to live. Being a parenting hero means realizing that your kids don't actually need a better manager. They need to be seen. They need a guide and an advocate. And we're going to show you how to use the daily family revival to bridge that gap from task to hearts.
So cool. This is one of our favorite things to do as a family that we've been doing for over a decade.
Long time, yeah.
So the first thing to do is to gather together with your family. Now, in our family, a lot of times the gathering is signaled by mom sitting down because it's not something I do very often. So me sitting down is the signal to everybody that it's time to kind of drop the agenda, to drop the to-do list, and we're just going to be here together as a family. So that's the first thing. And sometimes it's a formal gathering, but sometimes it's just informal. I just sit down on the couch. You sit down on the couch and the kids come over.
We could even signal by saying, "Hey, do you want to hear the story that happened to me today?"
Yeah.
Just something like that. Super simple, super organic. Just come hear the story.
Yeah. And that is That's step 2 is share the story. And often that gathering can happen when they hear that you want to share a story.
Yeah.
And maybe you've planned ahead what story you want to share. Maybe you want to share a story from your childhood. We were telling the kids the other day about how I used to teepee houses and my dad would drive us around to teepee these houses. They thought it was the funniest thing. What?
So bizarre.
Sometimes maybe it's a story like that from your childhood. Maybe it's an embarrassing story. Maybe it's something that happened that day. Maybe it's a story from a friend. Maybe it's a story from history or from scriptures.
Cool.
It can be any kind of story. Children really, teens, they're engaged with real things that happened, and the more real, and maybe it's something you regret, a story of your own regret, showing your mistakes. We share some of those too, and those can be really powerful.
That's so cool, because stories really have great power to pull hearts together, to knit us together as one.
Yeah.
Even more than video games or screens.
Yeah.
It's cool, crazy.
It really is. One of our favorite storytellers, Marlene Peterson, she talks about the power of stories, and she says when the lights are low and the day is quiet, I'm paraphrasing, but she just talks about how it's like we are a little bit more calm, and we are just, when that time of day comes, typically we do it in the nighttime. If we share stories, she just says, don't forget the power of stories, especially family stories. Yeah.
Cool. Third step now then is to pray over our family. We love doing this. We love praying over each of our children by name. And in that prayer, asking God, petitioning God for something that child needs, of course, without exposing anything personal or private, but just letting them know how much we care for them by the way that we pray for them.
Yeah, so cool. And for us, that signals the end of our daily family revival. And a lot of times some child will say, can we pray now? Because they're ready to go to bed because they got to get up early the next morning. But then someone else pipes in with, oh, I forgot to tell you. I wanted to tell you something else that happened in the day. The idea of this daily family revival is that there isn't an agenda. We're not talking about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We're not talking about who forgot their chore or who's going to run to the store tomorrow. It's not those kinds of discussions. There's time for that, and a lot of times we'll be like, oh, wait till after the prayer, then I want to talk to you about the scheduling, because those things are important. But we keep this time just relaxed.
So we're setting aside all the transactions, all the tasks, all the to-dos, all of that.
Yeah.
For a moment of vacay.
It is. It's really cool, and it builds so much connection because they feel seen and heard, and they see that we are willing to put down our phones, put down our to-do lists, all the things that are stressful in our world, to just be together.
I love it.
Yeah,
So
it's so cool.
You were not meant to be a station manager. You were meant to be a friend, a guide, and a hero to your children. The transactional trap is easy to fall into, but it's also easy to break once you have the right tools. Remember that your influence is not found in how well you manage all the things that have to happen in the day. It's found in how well you advocate for the soul of your child.
And if you're sitting there right now feeling like you're just lost in the noise of those daily transactions, that long list of to-dos that you have and that you feel like you need to manage for your children, and you probably do, wondering how to get from where you are right now to your child's heart, please know that you don't have to figure it out alone.
Remember that man in Tokyo Station for us? He saw me in my stupor. He reached out. He showed me the way across the tracks when we couldn't even see the signs. That is exactly what we want to do for you. We've been through the family storms, and we want to guide you out of the transactional trap and back into a place of real connection. The truth is, your family can change.
Try this daily family revival today. gather, share a story, say a prayer. And come join us in our free Parenting Heroes community. It's where we gather every day to trade that manager mindset for a hero identity, and we'd love to walk this path with you. Click the link in the description below. We can't wait to see you inside.